Welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to get this really warm fall Thanksgiving makeup look. I have worn this, I want to say 3 times now, and every time I wear it, I get compliments on it. I really love how it turned out. So if you're interested in knowing how I achieved it, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to be using the Morphe 35O palette for this look. I thought it was perfect for those really nice warm fall kind of Thanksgiving colors. So we're going to be working from this palette today. These shadows don't have names, so I'll just be pointing to them and I'll list everything in the description box down below, like which one. I think they might have numbers, I'm not really sure, but I'll definitely check for you guys. So I'm going to be using this shade right here as my transition and the Morphe E23 brush just to really work that into my crease to use as my transition shade. So I'm just buffing that in circular motions and making sure that there aren't any harsh lines, and all the other colors that I use are going to blend that much easier since we've laid down this really light shade first. I'm going to go in with this very top corner shade in the palette and a big fluffy brush. This is the Makeup Designery. I think this is the 800 brush if I'm not mistaken. This is usually a crease brush, but I'm going to use it with that light shade and just really brighten up my inner corner on the upper lid and also on this lower lid. It is a matte shade, but I want to make sure that this inner corner is really bright so that when we go in and highlight later, it's even that much brighter. Then I'm going to go in with this pale orange kind of yellowy color and back with that same Morphe E23 brush and layer that on top of the transition shade that I used earlier. This is going to really warm up the look and make it super, super soft and blended. I'm going to go in with these couple of bottom shades here. I just chose like kind of this one, these couple of colors just to kind of all blend together and mix at the same time with an e.l.f. This is an e.l.f. brush. It just says eyeshadow brush, but I like it because it's like a good packing brush. So I'm kind of mixing all of these kind of darker shades, maybe like this, just kind of mix a couple of browns together and pack that all over your lid. I'm taking this all the way from the inner corner all the way out to the outer corner and keeping it in my lower crease area. I don't want it to go up too far because that's where those lighter shades are going to help blend out, but I want it to meet those shades and not go anywhere past them. Now that I have that all over the lid, I'm going to go in with this C139 stiff tapered crease brush. It's just like a fluffy blending brush, but it's a little smaller than the E23 that I used earlier. And I'm going to go into that first transition shade that I used and just run that right into the crease to help blend the dark lid color into those warm, lighter transition colors. just going to do the exact same thing with the same brush and the second transition color that we used earlier, that pale orange slash yellowy kind of color. Just to make sure that the dark color blends right up into those transitions and we don't have any harsh lines. Next I'm going to go in with this light orange shade right over here to the right of the palette with my E23 brush and take that right into the crease to help kind of warm everything up and make everything really blended. Now that I have everything blended out and nice and smoky, I'm just going to go into those darker colors down here that I used on the lid and just darken it up just a little bit, because a lot of times when you're blending out a smoky eye, the color that you packed on the lid can kind of get blended out too much and it can lose its pigment. So as soon as I get everything blended out in the crease, I like to just go in and deepen up my lid shade just a little bit so that it kind of brings back that pop that it had before. With no additional product on the C139 brush that I used in my crease, I'm just going to go in and make sure that I didn't create any more harsh lines when I repacked that lid color. But like I said, I don't have any additional product on this brush right now. I'm going to go in and do the same thing with that E23 brush just to be sure. So I think this is as blended as I could possibly get. Now I'm going to go in with that very top shade and just define my brow with a little highlight. I like to use that same highlight shade to just really quickly and softly clean up any eyeshadow that I got too far out in that outer corner. It's just like a really quick, soft way to bring it back. Next, I'm going to tightline with the Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof Kohl Eyeliner. Then I'm going to pop on some mascara and some lashes. Trick that I like to do is to put glue on my lashes first and then set them on the table and then put on my mascara really quick. That way by the time I'm done with my mascara, my lash glue is nice and tacky and I can just pop them on. I'm not wasting any time sitting here like fanning them out, you know? So just a little tip if you guys are interested. I'm going to go in with an angled liner brush and a little bit of the brown eyeshadow and just go over the lash band so that you can't see the shine of the glue. Next, I'm going to go in with this little tapered brush and the transition colors and the darker colors that I used on the top lash line, I'm going to replicate on the bottom lash line. Bigger precision brush, I'm going in with the dark brown color that we used on the lid and taking it only about 2/3 of the way from the outer corner in toward the inner corner. Then I'm just going to blend it out with that tapered brush using the pale orangey yellow shade that we used on the top crease area, to make sure that this doesn't look like we drew it on with a crayon. Then going in and warming it up a little bit more with that pale orange color that we used on the upper lid as well. Then I'm just going to go in and put mascara on my bottom lashes and then move on to the face. Now that the eyes are complete, I'm going to go in and finish off my face. I already have my base and my concealer on, and my brows obviously. I just figured that was kind of repetitive. You guys have seen me do that a bunch of times. So I'm going to go in and start bronzing the face. I'm using the e.l.f. Small Stipple Brush with this e.l.f. little blush and contour palette. This is so cheap and so good. I love this palette, and I got it for, I want to say like $3 or $5 at Target. So I'm going in with this contour shade and the brush and just starting to carve out my cheekbones and also take it around my temples and around the edges of my forehead. I'm going to go in with the same blush from that palette and apply that to the apples of my cheeks and blend backwards. What I really love about this palette is that it does have pigmentation, but it's not so crazy pigmented that you know, one swipe and you've already gone overboard. I really like that you do kind of have to build it up a little bit so it saves you from accidentally being too heavy-handed. I'm just going to go over it with no product but the Morphe G7 brush just to make sure that those are all blended out. Kind of tones it down just a little bit too. Then for highlight, I'm going in with the Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop that was created in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill, and the Morphe M501 brush, and just dust that along the apples of my cheeks, blending it backward onto the high points. God, it's such a pretty highlight. And then if you're someone who likes to highlight like your forehead and your nose, this is the time to do that. I'm not really that person just because my skin gets so oily throughout the day. It's already going to have its own highlight all on its own. So I just take this on my Cupid's bow. And then I'm also going in with an eye blending brush and using this highlighter as my inner corner highlight. And I feel like this inner corner highlight ties the whole eye look together because the whole thing is matte, and then we're gonna have this really bright, really shimmery gold inner corner. Last, for the lips, I am going to be using these two products right here. This is the Italia Deluxe Plum Lip Liner Pencil and MAC's lipstick in Craving. These are going to create the perfect berry lip for this Thanksgiving look. Forgot to tell you guys what this is. I just finished off this look with the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set, and that completes this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. Please leave me a comment down below letting me know what you thought and if you recreated it and what you guys used and what you liked about it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!